Calinda Anderson is a familiar face to the gurus. She's a water garden guru, and what she doesn't know about fish, plants, ponds, filtration and aquaponics isn't worth knowing. Her business, Woodvale Fish and Lily Farm, is located in Perth, but it provides water gardening, everything, all over Australia. So, Calinda, obviously, at the moment, we're changing seasons. What do you do with aquaponics as you're moving into the summer?
Well, obviously, winter's finished, our rainbow trout have gone, and now's our time to think about our summer fish, like barramundi or perhaps silver perch.
And what should you do in the transition? That's the bit I'm really interested in. So I've taken my trout out.
Yes.
I've basically got the tank sitting empty at the moment, but the whole system's still circulating.
Well, this is the opportunity to do any maintenance that you want to do now, because it can be quite disruptive to the fish if you have to do any big clean-outs.
Yep.
And we do know that a lot of aquaponic fish like barramundi and trout don't eat algae, so that may have built up in the tank. So this is a great time to get in there and do a really good clean. Check your pump, check your air pump, check your air lines, replant any vegetables that you might want to do for the season, because when you haven't got fish in there, there's a lot less risk.
Well, Calinda, this is amazing. It's obviously early setup, so this is the first...
Well, it doesn't look amazing right now because it's only just been planted, and this is really what you can expect when you start you off with your seedlings. They're probably going to droop a little bit, and those initial leaves may dry off, but then they'll just come back in a week or two. And
I can see you've got a mixture of perennial and annual in here. That looks like corn?
Yeah, it is. I haven't actually done corn before, but I believe it'll be a great grower, and who doesn't like eating a corn on the cob? And then there's Cancun, which is actually a water plant. It grows so well in the summer months. I'm growing a lot of it this year because I just love to eat it.
And so for people who don't know, so what the plants are doing is water's being filtered up through here. The plants are taking up the excess nutrient and growing using that nutrient.
Correct.
Cleaning the water, which is dripping back in here. And look at the size of these fish. That barramundi is enormous.
They are. We actually grew these from like 2-centimetre babies in our greenhouse over the winter months.
Wow.
And we've actually mixed in here some koi, which is not a bad idea because rainbow trout and barramundi don't eat any algae. And that can build up in the tank, which is quite annoying. It doesn't hurt anything. It's quite natural and normal, but it is unsightly and it can sort of clog up the pump. So we usually put a couple of decent-sized koi in there, and they will be turning over the gravel and eating algae all the time. And they live together quite well. Bear in mind, if you've got huge barramundi, they can eat up to 60% of their own body size. So you want to have a few larger koi.
So I get a lot of people ask the question, they don't have any fish in their tank, they're just replanting up here, they're not sure if they can use fertilisers and what the effect would be on them. That's
a brilliant question, and I get asked that a lot as well. Generally, if you've got a grow bed that's quite mature, it will be a nutrient bank, so there'll be enough nutrient in there for the plants for 6 to maybe 8 weeks, depending on how heavily planted it is. But if they are suffering or a bit yellowing or you're not sure, you can add power feed sea salt at any time with confidence. And that's not putting it into the main tank with the fish, it's taking a watering can out, normal amount into the watering can, and actually doing a foliage feed on the plants itself.
Thanks, Calinda. I'm going to be busy. Look at these guys. They're so cute. Now, I'm going to take this back and get my aquaponic system into shape, but I'm also going to take a look at my ponds because I want a whole heap of these beautiful water lilies, which I'll show you when I come back next week.